Hello, everyone, and welcome to Abnormal Adventures. How is everybody doing tonight? I was planning on possibly going out today, guys, giving you all a daytime look, but I messed up and I left my machete on top of my car, guys, so I couldn't go. I ain't going down there without a good machete. Um, we got a lot of video to look at tonight. We had, well, not video. Let me correct that so I get this right here. If I don't, Jesse will for sure correct me, no doubt. Tonight we have a lot of photos to look at and a lot of audio to look at. Thank you, Mr. Tim Wrestler, for that. God bless you. We appreciate that very much. And if I can find you here, the chat's moving pretty fast. If I can find you, I am going. There you are, right there. We're going to throw him up there. And thank you for that. And God bless you. There we go. We got a lot of photos to look at tonight. We got some audio we're going to go over tonight. Got some really good stuff. Mr. Mike, we want to start out by thanking you for all the work and time that you put into sending us the photographs, the audio, and the work that you do. We really appreciate everything that you do for the channel. It helps us out a lot. Even if Jesse is rude to you and tells you to timestamp everything, I still appreciate your work. So I'm not as picky as she is. She's backstage, so I can say what I want to right now. That's how it works. Um, but I think we got a lot of good things to look at tonight, guys. We got a lot of interesting things to look at tonight. Halloween was a pretty good night, and it seems that we got some pretty good photos from Halloween, which is really not usually what we do. Usually on Halloween, we usually will go in there sometimes and it's dead. Or sometimes we go in there and there's dead things talk to you, right? Or they're talking to each other, or we're in the way, or we're parking on them, or parking by them, or walking by them, past them, in their house, across their house, or where they used to live, or where they never lived, and they're just demons. Who knows? But we'll try to figure that out tonight. Um, we got a lot of things we're going to talk about tonight, and I'm sure you all cannot wait to get our opinion on it. Well, not really an opinion. It's pretty much fact if we say it over here, right? Um, I'm just asking to get attacked a lot tonight, probably. Yeah, what's new, right? We're having a live. You're supposed to be attacked on the lives. Uh, so we spent a lot of time today going through all the audio and the photos, and I wasn't even able to get all the photos uploaded tonight. So we are going to have a part two because this show got filled up really fast. There's so much to go over, and there's some pretty wild things in there besides Sarah that we're going to look at. Some pretty scary things. And so Sarah was not the only monster in the woods on Halloween night. We did catch some things I think y'all are going to enjoy and appreciate what we found. Mike was able to pull them out. And Jessie, we got to give her a little credit today. She used her artism. I think that would be it. Artism, art, her art skills, something. But she went in and helped draw on some of the pictures to try to help you guys kind of understand what you're looking at. So it's not just pareidolia, it is pareidolia with a touch of Jessie on it. So if y'all don't see anything, just feel free to blame her, and y'all are on the same wavelength. And we'll just pretend as we go, right? But anyways, yeah, we do got some good stuff tonight. I'm going to go ahead and throw Jessie in here so we can get her on here. I got a few things we're going to go over before we actually get started tonight. There she is right there. Should be. There she is. How are you tonight? You have no volume again. Next time you do this, I'm taking it out on your dog or your cat. I think you have a cat. There goes your steak dinner for the night, right? Mm-hmm. That's okay, though. Just look at it like this. It's not always a bad thing. I might just be protecting you from gout, okay? Red meat's bad for you in high quantities. Trust me. It'll keep you from doing boots on the ground. It'll keep you from walking upstairs, and it'll keep you from even doing a live sometimes. So you got to watch that gout. Watch how much meat you take in. It can be bad for you, especially if you're a little overweight. I had to do my dig for the night. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? No, you have no. I nothing. Mm-mm. We can no hear you. Well, as Jesse's having technical difficulties, oh, I about didn't even say that right. I'm going to do a little roll call in the chat tonight. We got Pam Singleton in here moderating for us tonight. Thank you so much, Pam. We always appreciate you. We got Romans in here tonight. Good to see you. We got Starfire in here tonight. Good to see you. We got Silver Bullet in here tonight. Good to see you. We got Edie in here tonight. Good to see you. We got Scott B in the house tonight. Good to see you, Scott. We got Dana Affliction. We got Who Do You Love moderating tonight. Starting here. We got Donna in here tonight. There's Dana. There's Misty D's in here tonight. There's Donna. I'm chasing you, Donna. The chat's moving too fast. I finally caught you. We got Pink Pixie in here tonight. Good to see you. So we got a lot of familiar faces in here tonight. I think I pretty much recognize everybody. I think I can hear you now because I think I heard you snot rocket. Was that you?
That wasn't snot rocketing, but yes, that was my mic.
There she is. We got her now. We can hear her. All right, everybody. Pam, you do an awesome job. All my moderators do an awesome job. We got the best moderators on YouTube. So don't be trying to steal them from me. That would just chap my hide. Mm-hmm. Well, what else was it I was going to say that I wrote down here that I want to... Did you... oh, yeah. Here in Oklahoma, last night while we were boots on the ground, I told Sarah while we was walking, we had a little bit of a debate over this, so I got to pick on Sarah from the beginning. I told Sarah while we was driving, I said, there is some weird looking lights in the sky, right? So I stopped the vehicle, right? And hold on. Had to clear my throat. Stopped the vehicle, and I looked over and I told Sarah, I said, there is something weird in the sky over there. It does not belong there. And she's like, it's stars. I said, no, it's not stars. I said, there's something out. It looks weird. She goes, no, that's a star. I said, no, it's moving. She's like, Mike, that's a star. So instead of arguing with her, I drove on. And then when we get home last night, guys.
Don't argue with women.
Yeah, I'm learning that. All over Oklahoma, people posted a video from last night that there was a object in the sky, Sarah, that did not belong there. And the meteorologist actually said something I thought was really kind of neat. He said, if I knew what it was, I promise I would tell you. That they're, as far as I know so far, they have not classified it as space junk, debris, meteorites, asteroids, or Anunnakis. They're still trying to figure out what it is. So
my guess is that what Sarah saw was a star.
Well, she was looking something else. Yeah, because she was looking my direction, so she probably did see a star.
Yeah.
But can't blame that on her. But yeah, there was something there was something in the sky, and I kept trying to get her attention, but she said it was the aliens coming for you. No, aliens want Sarah. Sarah has an attraction to aliens. Y'all are lucky tonight. I actually have video footage of what went over Oklahoma tonight. And it was filmed from here in Oklahoma. And guess what? There appears to be something in front of it that I'm not sure what it is. But y'all is going to get to see that here in just a little bit. Yeah. We'll take a look at that. And it might have been Santa Claus practicing. I don't know. Getting close to Christmas for all the kids out there. So
got to practice his routes.
That's it. Yep. We know it wasn't a witch. It's probably Santa Claus.
No witches here.
Well, we're going to talk about witches tonight. You forgot.
Oh,
the movie. Well, the movie. Come on.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you what. It's hard to find good help. But anyways, as we go in here, make sure I got everything covered before we start this. Tonight, guys, while we show you the photographs, that's not so worrisome, but we are going to put out an audio warning on tonight's show because we are going to be listening to audio that may be too loud for your headset, that may blow your eardrums up, give you tinnitus the rest of your life, or cause you to be hard of hearing, and we would not want to do that to you. So listen at your own discretion in case some of these files are a little too loud for you, because I would hate, to hurt somebody. That's the last thing I would want to do is hurt your hearing. Uh, Another thing we want to do is we want to thank the trolls for showing up tonight. We appreciate you guys, and for y'all just go ahead and smash that like button for us, along with your views. That would be helpful. Uh, we want to ask for prayers again for Patricia Harrington. I got an update from her. I'm not going to give that out because I do not have permission to do that, but she does need prayers for healing. So prayers for healing for you, Patricia. And again, I'd like to reiterate that this show will have to have a part 2 because there was so much information, and I just felt like it was going to be overwhelming, and my eyes were starting to cross trying to get everything loaded up before the show. So I told Jesse, we're just going to go with what we got. Yep. So is there anything that you would like to say? Yeah, there is. We got one more thing I about forgot. I would like to tell everybody that coming up the 13th at 7 o'clock p.m., we are going to have a live, okay? Now, all of our lives, like I told you guys, are going to be Saturdays and Sundays, but the 13th is going to be a special live because we're going to have a special guest, and we're going to have a special co-host show up that night, along with Jesse, too. But what we're going to do is we're going to have Harley Owens is going to join us the 13th. We're going to bring him on live. It's not going to be a pre-record. We're going to try a live with him to see how it goes. And not only is Harley going to come on, Scott B is going to join us on the show. Woo-hoo. So we'll have a large panel that night, guys. Should be a lot of information going on. Scott is a moderator for Harley, so he should know a lot of hard questions where he can really put him on the spot the 13th. So it should be a really, really good show. I'm looking forward to it. We are working right now at having Travis Carpenter back on the show again, and we're going to take a deeper dive into some of the things that his dad was dealing with. So that's some things we're working on right now, guys. It's going to be really good. You have anything you would like to add?
I don't know. Exciting stuff coming up. I'm excited. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We appreciate that. I think what we're going to do tonight, guys, is we're going to do this a little bit backwards. We are going to start with the photographs tonight and work our way to the audio.
All right. Let's go.
And we set a goal tonight for 15 super chats. I don't know if you've seen it in the chat, but we do have a goal set.
And we already have one, thanks to Tim.
That's right. So 14 more, Sarah will be howling at the moon on the next live, guys. That's what I put in there would happen if we meet the goal. So Sarah would be howling at the moon.
Let's go, people.
Sarah, you little howler, you. But we're going to look at some photographs. And if y'all don't mind, if you have not smashed the like button, please smash the like button. We would appreciate that a whole lot.
Yep.
Now remember, as we look at the photos, I am not ignoring anybody in chat. I do have my little bitty cell phone at the side of my computer, but I cannot see it as good as I can on the computer. So if I miss anything, remember, at the end of the show, we will give you time to put your questions in capital if I miss it, and we'll try to get to those. And also at the end of the show, we're going to give you an open mic chance if you would like to share an encounter, tell an encounter, or just come on and give your opinion about something we talk about tonight, or the movie, or anything that you want to socialize about that we may talk about tonight.
So, yeah, everybody that possibly thinks they might want to come on, start getting pumped up now.
Yep, get your makeup on, get your hair brushed, put your teeth in, and don't be afraid to come on. All right, let's see here. Is the chat still rolling? People are telling me the chat stopped rolling.
I see the chat rolling. So
the chat is rolling.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we have another one. Thank you, Scared Silly. Ooh. We're getting there.
Nope. Thank you, Scared Silly. God bless you for that. Let me see if I can throw her up there. Since I'm not on the chat, it's harder for me to do. Like I said, if I miss anybody, there's she. Come here. There it is. Thank you so much, Scared Silly. God bless you for that. Thanks, Scott. Sometimes, Scott, my end don't roll. I don't know why. It might be the stuff that I'm using. I'm not sure.
Could be.
I'm not real sure. Could be my equipment. Could be.
It's just you.
It probably is. There's a good chance of that.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah's working on a place we're trying to go to. Like I told everybody, she's working on it. And as soon as she gets that all worked out and everything, I'll give you all more information on it. I don't want to, get your hopes up and nothing happen. But Sarah Bear, you need to get on that. Scott, my belly was rolling earlier. I had to make me a big old bowl of macaroni and cheese. And then later on tonight, I think I'm going to have me a steak and gravy. Celebrate. Just a little celebration. All right. We don't have Randy here, do we? We're missing Randy.
No, I have
That's
not
it.
seen Randy. Yeah.
Randy. What are you doing? He might be having computer issues. I know he was.
He came in late last time too, so
Right.
maybe it's his dinner time.
It probably is. Scott says he's having pizza, and it looks like he's licking his lips, and he's going to. What is that a picture of? A chicken?
A bee?
Right. Is it a bee?
Pizza, licking lips, and a bee. A honeybee?
Well, I hope he's not. I hope he's not eating our favorite rooster, because we like him.
Maybe he puts honey on his pizza. I don't know.
I heard he's making a comeback. Hey, Walter, good to see you. I heard he's opening his own channel. I don't know. It's word it's going around. There's a rumor.
Interesting.
Somebody brought back the chicken. But anyways. All right, guys, we're going to go in here and let's see if we can get this going. The first, okay. While we were down there, some of these photographs that we were looking at, we have found out we have a visitor, especially on Halloween night, that was looming around quite a bit. Now, we hear a lot of female voices whenever we are down there. I know a lot of people in chat say that they hear a female. Well, we found something in the videos from Halloween that makes us think we may know the female voice that we're hearing. And I believe Clough ain't here with us tonight, but we'll have Jesse help us. This creature has a name.
La Llorona.
And pretty much it's a weeping lady in a white dress, I think, looking for her child. Is that what it is?
Yes.
And she's normally spotted by water.
Yep.
And the photographs that y'all are going to look at, the lake is actually at the back of her with the creek in front of her where they actually meet. So that would go pretty good with the full. Are they tails? Is that what they are? Okay, make sure I'm telling that right. So the first photograph you're going to look at is a picture of what we believe to be her standing off into the woods. Now she's going to be wearing a white dress and black hair, so let me know if you can see her. But here's the first photograph of her on Halloween night, and this may explain some of the sounds that we heard that you're going to hear in the audio clips later. Now that there, she's standing pretty far back. That's not a zoomed in photo, but as we move up, you're going to be able to tell what you're looking at. It's going to make more sense to you. And she's also found looming around that night in different locations where she was photographed. So it wasn't just like a one-time thing with her. She seemed to be hanging out with us quite a bit that night.
Yeah, she was definitely following
We
you
have the
guys
second
around.
photograph. Yeah, she wasn't leaving, was she? She was kind of hanging around.
Yep.
And then you look right here, and you see her a little better. You see her long black hair. Uh,
Mhm.
she's supposed to be wearing a white dress, a little bit better. And again, if you do not see these photographs good enough, if you are part of the Patreon, these photographs will be dropped wherever they want to with them. That's just a bonus we give them for supporting the channel, for taking the extra step. Uh, go down here, we got another photograph here. That's I believe that's a zoomed in photo
Yeah.
of her right there.
And it's kind of blurry, but yet you could see the hair, like her arms, like her head is kind of hunched over.
I can see it, and I normally.
Yeah.
Did I lose you, Jesse?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I thought I lost you. Can you tell what she is by looking at her? Is it pretty obvious to you?
I can tell. I can see it. And yeah, Pam, she says it looks like she's got a veil on. Well, Pam, it could be like a wedding dress or the shroud. Um, a lot of times, I don't know how far back La Llorona actually dates back to. I'm sure years, hundreds of years, but yeah, the shroud that they would be buried in. I think sometimes actually um, they would be buried in their wedding dress. Now that I think
Really?
about it. I believe so. Actually, let me Google that because I think that was part of the whole thing is the wedding dress would have been what they were buried in. Let me look.
That's pretty interesting. That's a pretty good capture. It's not as good as the capture y'all are going to see in a little bit. I promise you. Me and Jesse, when we saw the photograph coming up here in a little bit, it blew us away. It was like, oh my god. Uh, I named it Werewolf. I did not go with Dogman tonight. Werewolf sounds better to me, so I went with Werewolf. I stepped over that line. And then we have another photograph of the lady in white right here. This is the fourth photo in a row. And there you can see that she's in the background. She's almost with the light hitting her. It's almost like she's glowing. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like she's glowing. She's probably looking for Sarah.
Oh,
Since they say her name a lot, she's probably searching for Sarah. Next time we're down there, I may have to tell it that Sarah has her baby. And number 5, which is the faraway photo that was blown up.
okay.
She was probably 75 yards right there from us, would be my guess in distance.
Okay. So just though nobody says that I was making up information. Okay. So according to Shrouds of History, 1770s, the women would, at the time of their weddings, they would not only be working on their wedding dresses, but they would also be working on their burial shrouds because women typically back then would die in childbirth and therefore they would have. So that's probably where I was thinking they would actually be buried in their wedding dresses. So at the same time, they would also be creating their burial shrouds.
That's kind of sad.
Well,
I mean,
childbirth, think about it. Childbirth was the main source of reason why women passed away, which is why men were supposed to be the protector of the family and the women because we did the most dangerous work, childbirth.
good for you. And then moving on, we got one peeking around the tree right here, is what we call this one, was peeking around the trees. And again, all these will be dropped in Patreon, guys. Halloween was really pretty active.
Yeah, it was.
I went ahead and added a zoomed in photo in with these to see if y'all could see what was standing in the back. But again, they seem to be keeping their distance, and I'm starting to wonder if it ain't because we have better lights. It seems that they're now further back to where the light seems to dissipate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're staying right at that edge, you know.
Right.
And then, we ended up when we left that spot, we went to the bridge that we ended up going to where we went last night, to where they had the trolls that were hung from the bridge.
Yeah.
At that bridge, Halloween night, which is a good indicator to me that the people that done this were watching the Halloween show, because they knew the location we were at the bridge, because they went there and hung the trolls on it from last night. This is the same bridge where all that happened. These sickos that have nothing else to do, that are of course jealous of me and Sarah. They just can't stand, that we're having such a big show, and they try to run it, and it ain't gonna happen because we're good. I mean, it's just how it is. But whenever you go over here, you look at the bridge right here, and you're going to see eye shine off into the trees. You see that, guys? That's the same one I showed you. Wrong. Right here is the eye shine. Let me correct that. I made a mistake. First time ever.
Tonight.
Come on, computer. There it goes. Should be switching over to the eye shine.
Yeah.
Are y'all seeing the eye shine now?
I can see it.
Between the trees right there.
Yep.
Whenever we first caught that eye shine, that was, I think it's when we first arrived down at the bridge. And thanks to Jessie, she went back on the timestamp of that eye shine, and she sent me a small video clip of it. So I'm going to go ahead and play the small video clip for you guys, so you can kind of see how that eye shine resonated and how we was able to get a photo of it, or Mike was able to get the photo of it. Mike did all the work on that. And here's Jessie's clip that she sent to show the eye shine. You can see it barely popping up right there. And it just shows you how much our team does behind the scenes at going through all this footage and finding these things and blowing it up and labeling it and everything. They do a great job, guys. They're the best. And we try to avoid the pareidolia on here. We try to stay away from that, but you can see the eye shine there pretty good.
Well, and the reason why I sent that to you specifically is because not only could you see the main eye shine, but when you replay that section, you can actually see it almost looks like two smaller entities below it. You can kind of see that eye shine too popping up in there.
So possibly had some maybe juveniles with it, or others
That's
that might have been sitting down, because we do know now from a photograph that we're going to show tonight, we do know that these creatures seem like they hunch down, that
yeah.
they will hunch down. And whenever y'all see the video we're going to show you here in a little bit, you're really going to blow your mind, because I did not see it at first until Jessie was like, let me blow it up and send it to you, because she was sitting there going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm like, what? It's a tree. And she's going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm harder on myself than probably anybody in our group. When I see a photo, I'm like, no, I'm not using it. And Jesse and them are like, whoa, 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 hold on. Look at this. Let us send this to you. Because I'm real picky about the photos, because I don't want to be the red circle man. But we do have one right here from Watching from Afar. And again, Mike highlights it for you to show you that there was. I'm guessing when we thought we were being parallel at night when we were trying to make our way to the vehicle on the walk. I know that we had stopped several times on our walk and stood a little better continuously moving than I do stopping, because I feel like when I stop, I give things time to plan. So I try to keep them from planning. Does that make sense?
You're trying to keep them from planning when you walk?
Yeah, for from them having a plan of attack, because you stay in
Oh,
an area for so long, they start familiarizing themselves with it also.
right.
Very good. And then on this photograph right here, we have something in the brush. And again, if you'll notice with these brighter lights, which we thank Pam for sending those. Pam, thank you so very much for that. It is keeping these cryptids at a distance. It
Hmm.
seems that it's pushed them back. When we had the lights that we were using that weren't as bright, you had probably half that distance between us and what was going on. So the lights have pushed back, which is a good thing because a lot of people is trying to get rid of these creatures on their property. It goes to show that lights do work. Lights have a huge effect on pushing this stuff back. So, and that's part of why we go out boots on the ground and not to a cemetery that's manicured cut and we can wear, our thongs. You got to get out in the brush, get out in the woods to be able to find these things. Um, had a person ask me the other night, Mike, why don't you go to cemeteries? And this is my exact first thoughts on that is I don't go to cemeteries. Number one and foremost is just out of respect, and that's for me and how I think. I respect the cemeteries. I wouldn't want somebody doing that where my family's at. So out of respect. Number two, you go to a cemetery that's manicured. It's cut. Cemeteries are mowed. You got short grass. You got roads that drive through it. Guys, we don't need to go to cemeteries. We know what's in a cemetery. If you hear something, it's a demon. So I mean, it ain't like you're discovering something that we don't know what it is, right? Unless you're going out there to visit with your relatives, then I could see maybe that's why they would go. But I just think that you're wasting your time out there. You're being disrespectful. And I say, if you're going to be a field researcher, get out there where they're at. Go to the woods. Go to where these kids are disappearing. Go where these people are disappearing. Go where these screams are at. And a little tick ain't going to hurt you. I promise. I've had bunches of them on me before. You just got to take them off.
Well, or just make sure they spray down before you go out there. Then you don't
That
have to worry
that
about it.
that's right. A little Skin So Soft from Avon works pretty good.
Now,
And
I do have a different opinion, but I do agree with you on the cemeteries.
I know you're a little warped, but that's okay. We accept that.
Thanks.
Remember what I told you today? You have a job, you're still welcomed here, but your mental part still keeps you here.
Yes, thank you.
And then right here, we have it looks like something sitting in front of a tree. It kind of makes you think about this. What if the movie, or not even the movie, let's say the game, hide and go seek. The tree is always the base. I was
Hmm.
kind of thinking about that today.
Silver Bullet says, I'm begging to differ on that, Mike. What are you begging to differ on? Ooh, I would like to know.
I
Inquiring
would too.
minds would like to know. Hello, Psychic Interconnections.
I can't. My chat has stopped again. I cannot keep chat rolling on my phone. I don't know why.
That's okay, I can see it.
There it goes. Okay. So then you move on to this photograph here, and this is going to be, does anybody see this?
Yeah, I had a hard time with that one. Oh, yes, ticks are horrible.
I I see a face.
Yes, a little bit, maybe. Is that pareidolia, though?
Oh, silver bullet saying ticks are bad. They can make you very sick.
Yes.
I think it's I think so. I think it probably is. I mean, yeah, ticks can make you sick, but a snake can bite and kill you too if you don't get out, take the risk, and you're never going to be in the woods. Um, it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of one of those things I think personally that they say that if you have 24 hours to get them off of you is what the doctor says, something like that, 24, 72 hours. But I mean, they're bad, but risk and reward, right? That's what I think that you have to. It's what you want to achieve and what you're doing. Do you want to live life or
Can't live life standing outside the fire.
that's where I wish I was at right now, is a bonfire. And then we get to this photograph, guys. The photograph that I did not see. There's a werewolf in this photograph. I'm going to show you the first photograph before we cleaned it up to try to show you. And let's see how many people see it before we cleaned it up. So here's the original. This is the one where I did not see it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think, yeah, that's it, ain't it? Or is that not it?
Uh, yes, that's it. That's the one. Yes. Do you have a zoomed in one of this too, or
Okay,
just this
that
one?
is the right one.
Yep, that's the right one.
There is. Oh yeah, I've got it until we go to the cleaned up one.
Okay. Okay.
Then you move over, and this is what we ended up zooming in and cleaning up. And check this out, guys. This is crazy awesome.
You can see the muscles in that one.
It almost looks like a panther. Honestly, one of my favorite pictures. I mean, it's obvious. You take the even if you take the lines out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do what?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you could see the muscle mass in the creature.
Right. I'm gonna throw it up one more time. You can. I mean, it's obvious that it's. I mean, it's looking right at the flashlight. Whoever's holding the flashlight,
Mm-hmm.
it is staring right at whoever's holding that flashlight,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like a deer caught in the headlights. You can tell that this creature does not want to be seen, but it is very, very fixated on whoever has the light. Because look at those ears; those ears are straight up.
Now,
So I mean,
did you mention this one to Sarah before you did you show her this image before the
no,
show?
I believe this is Sarah's first time to see it. Look
Okay.
what Sarah just said in chat, and you can reiterate to everybody what I told you when we looked at that. Remember?
Yep. Yep. That that was the bear wolf type looking creature that was bothering Kaylee that night.
That's exactly what I told Jessie while we was going over this, Sarah. I told her, I said, I guarantee you that it's the same thing that Kaylee saw that caused her to stop doing the boots on the ground, because that creature right there you're looking at, and I'm going to play it again, is the same one that she saw in this same area, guys. This is also the same area where Kaylee said it. And if you look at this thing, it's got like a bear's head. This looks and resembles a whole lot. I mean, it's that head is massive. That tree behind that creature on the left, back to the left on its right shoulder, that's a big tree. And you look at the head of this thing compared to that tree,
Mm-hmm.
this thing's big.
Yeah, it is.
And now just imagine this thing standing up on its hind legs. There ain't no way you could have a chance against something like that.
Mm-mm.
I'm even guessing that its eyes are shut because there's no eye shine. Is it smart enough to when the flashlight's on it to shut its eyes?
Could be.
I've wondered that. And then the circle, that we ran into last night, where we had the 5-point star with the troll placed in the middle. On Halloween night, that same location is where we had to come through to get back to the vehicle. We stopped by that circle, and this is what the circle looked like that night. This is so it went from like a tic tac toe board to the 5-point star. From we know we was there on Halloween night, which would have been the 31st, and then returned the 9th. That's what 8 days. Something rearranged those sticks into a 5-point star. Someone, and then put a troll in the middle of it, which to me is just sick. It's sickening that somebody would even do that. That would mess with that. And me and Jesse was even talking about if somebody is even doing that for a joke, and you're doing that in a circle that actually has been energized by rituals or evil, you may have just brought something home with you. I mean, that is not something that I would play with, mess with. Yeah, I mean, I'll kick it and destroy it, but I'm not going to go down there and make it. That to me is sick. And we're going to talk more about those individuals in a little bit because I know a lot of y'all had a lot of questions on that and were worried about that. So this one here, we had something standing down the road. And whatever it was seemed to be paralleling us. So it was using that roadway, that ditch, I think, to travel in while we were moving.
Yeah.
Which, if they're anything like deer or other animals, they're going to take the trail of resistance, right?
Yep. Oh, thank you again,
Thank
Tim,
you
for
very
that
much for that, Tim.
donation.
And then we've got the one right here beside the tree. And you can see he's looking around the tree right there.
Mm-hmm.
So they do use the trees quite a bit, it seems.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you if you were hiding from things in the woods, in the forest?
I think if I was a creature like that and there was somebody in the woods, I don't even think I'd be close. I think I would just leave the area. But something causes them to stay and observe us, and it makes you wonder: is that part watcher? That's what they do. They watch.
Could be.
You know, the reason they do stay back and watch is because they still have that part of that angelic part in them that they watch, they observe, and they may even report to who. It can
Mm-hmm.
get pretty wild if you start really thinking about it like that.
Yeah.
And then we got something here. It was between the trees
I wasn't
that he
sure about
caught.
that one.
That was a little different. And after this ends, and I know a lot of y'all like the audio, and that's one of your favorite parts of the show too, is the audio. A lot of people really get into the audio. So we're going to be jumping and doing the audio just a second.
Donna
All right.
says,
So some of this audio, guys, I'm going to tell you. I talked to.
you can't hear me, can you?
What is it?
Donna said it looked like a
Yeah.
troll thing looking from behind the tree.
I knew them trolls were following us. That's the problem. They were following us all night long.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike said whenever he went through and done these audios, right? And I'm going to try to set this up for a lot of you guys, so hopefully you'll understand a little bit. The frequencies on some of these loud frequencies that he was able to catch on his computer were right at the same frequency that bats use in their echolocation. He also was under the assumption or the possibility that these creatures may be communicating with each other like that.
Mhm.
We think that we may possibly have conversations that were caught between these creatures. And again, they are very, very high pitched, way above human capability. He put them on his computer. What you hear is where he cleaned it up, and you're able to hear it. There's some really good stuff we're fixing to put out there, and I just wanted y'all to kind of understand that. Again, a warning if you got headphones on and stuff, because some of this can be very loud. I don't want to hurt your ears. And the first one we have right here sounded to him. He said, like it says, "I can't know," like I can't know. And here you go.
Okay, so can you hear me? Sorry, I had to turn my mic back up. Um, so I actually think it says something different than that, but I don't know what everybody else thinks. Oh, Starfire says it sounds like I hate you, or I hate them, says Pink Pixie. Roman says I'm hearing, how do you know? Michelle McGuire says, sounds like I see ya. Okay, so you want to hear my theory on this? I can't hear you, Mike. Ha ha. There we
Hear me
go.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sarah Bear says it sounds like pain.
Okay, well, here's my theory. Right before that voice popped up in the recording, you had actually seen something with your flashlight and had asked Sarah if she could see it. You kept saying, "Can you see it? Do you see it?" And when I re-listened to it, so this voice recording was right after it, and I think what it is actually saying is, "I see it now."
Okay, let's see if we can hear that. Let's play it again.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say I see it now? Be that it has the right pitches and sound and everything to that, don't
Mm-hmm.
it?
Right. And if you listen
Wow.
to it on a high volume, it almost distorts it
Uh-huh.
a little bit. So you have to actually turn the headset down a little bit, and you can actually hear the pitch and the wavelength of the voice. I see it now.
Scott B said it sounds like it's saying I hate them.
Could be. Maybe it's talking about whatever it is that you're asking Sarah if you can see, but it definitely, I mean, to me, it really did sound like I see it now. Like it was responding to you directly.
Psychic interconnection says she agrees with you. She hears what you're hearing. Uh,
Yeah, it definitely was not Lisa, and it definitely was not Sarah answering.
no, and the good thing, guys, I'm not going to go into what Mike does or anything, but Mike is a very accredited at what he does, and he can tell human wavelength and exactly who you are wavelength. This guy is amazing, so we absolutely trust him. Um, he's probably better at this than 90% of the population.
Yeah.
uh, Getting back into the next one, guys, he sent us. He said he hears something hissing. We have a lot of hissing when we go out there, and he said it was hissing at us. So he said there was a hiss and a hoot. So is this a hoot owl? Is this something mimicking a hoot owl? What do you all hear next?
You hear that? You hear that?
Again, that hiss is way higher than human noise. He said it's right at bat location, the
Mm-hmm.
echolocation they use.
Echolocation. Yeah, it was definitely high pitched.
So do you think that's a hoot owl? Is that something mimicking a hoot owl?
I think it's mimicking a hoot owl.
Because I'm finding more and more reports of encounters in people's houses, camping and stuff like that, that hoot owls are heard quite often.
Yeah.
Scott said something, I missed it. He said, yes, thanks, Mike. I must have missed it. I can't hardly see the chat on this, but I will be over to the big chat here in a minute, guys. I apologize if I'm missing anything. This next one here, I remember where this one actually took place. Just whenever we went to the bridge. And as soon as we arrived at the bridge, we started hearing almost like a troll under the bridge eating somebody or something was the thought that we had. So I'm going to go ahead and play that for y'all and just listen. It sounds like something Ben ate. It sounds really weird. And tell me if y'all agree. Tim, we appreciate that. You do too much, man. God bless you for that.
Yeah. That reminds me of like when the squirrels in the yard are like munching on acorns and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like something eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I thought that was a really weird sound when we got there. I couldn't find anything, but you remember what happened? Something did peek up over the bridge at
Oh,
me.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there was something under the bridge, and it
Yeah.
was able to peek up, from under the bridge at me. So something knew I was on top of the bridge. I hope I wasn't disturbing its meal, but at least I wasn't something's dinner that night, right?
Well, and it wasn't, I mean, it definitely wasn't a squirrel or anything like that because it was much louder. And I think I even mentioned it during the live in the chat that it sounded, I mean, you could hear it very loud.
Oh, yeah. And plus, under that bridge, there's probably 8 foot of water right now.
Hmm.
So.
But not at the time, was it? No.
Yeah. Yeah, on this one it was, because this was the last night. Oh, no, you're right. No, they're on Halloween.
This was Halloween night.
Was there water? Was there water Halloween night?
No, everything
Maybe not.
Everything was
Maybe
pretty
not.
drained. Yeah.
So maybe not. I don't know. Maybe something was under there eating something. I should have sent Sarah down there.
Yes, Sarah, I agree. I think Tim really does want you to howl at the moon. Yes, she said not on Halloween. There wasn't anything down there on Halloween.
Right. Yeah, Scott B. Mike does a lot for us. He really does, and he's a professional at his job. We really appreciate him so much. The next one is a loud squeal that he caught.
Why did that sound like a water drop at the end?
We was hearing that. Remember when we kept saying we sounded like something that goes into the water, and then after it goes into the water, you got that klunk sound.
Right.
Not a splash, but that that. Boom. We hear that a lot down there.
That's different.
I don't know what that is, but it is common to hear that down there.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it, Jesse?
I don't know. It's just I hadn't heard that sound before when it would. I mean, if that's something you guys hear often,
Right.
but I
Well,
haven't.
then whenever we was leaving, something hit the back of the Durango,
Yeah, that
and
I heard.
we have that. We thank God we was still recording.
Yeah.
If we can pop it up there.
On the car. Alright, let's go. On the car. Alright, let's go.
You can hear it hit the back. It's just like a
Yes.
boom.
Yes, definitely.
Was that one of those? See you later. This is how close I was to you. Get out of here.
Could have very well been.
Here's a hoot and a weird noise. Again, another hoot.
Hear that? Hear that? Hear that?
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm not sure. And then we have another hoot with a scream. It seemed like it was popular. That was too much for my ears right there. That was a lot.
Yeah, that was loud.
And thank you again, Tim, for that. We appreciate that, and God bless you. Tim is working hard. He's doing more than he should. He's doing more than he should. The next one, we wasn't real sure. He said it sounded like it said hot.
Not sure what that one was. I couldn't quite make that one out.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to tell. And then you have this one here, which is he said it's a snore with some talking.
What was the timestamp on that one? I think the
I
snore.
don't know.
Hold on, maybe I can look it up quick based on what you sent me. Because I think I'll look it up. You can go to the next one.
It's a growl. We have a growl here.
Ah, okay.
And then
Now-
this one here says Mike. Okay,
That-
go ahead.
The growl,
Yeah.
that wasn't an EVP. That was something that you and Sarah had both heard and both commented on. But that snore sound, right after that sound was caught, that I don't believe you guys heard, but that was the exact same time that you were commenting that there was something in the background that you were able to catch on the IR camera, but it wasn't showing up on our camera or to the naked eye. You and Sarah had both commented on that. So just thought I'd add that in there.
So there's something we wasn't seeing. Then we had this one here. He said it sounds like it says Mike.
Yep. I went back to that one too.
You heard that?
Yep. And that was after the growl because at that point Sarah had made a comment about wanting to get out. And I think you had also said that too, and you guys started to kind of like move your way out a little bit faster. And that wasn't the point when you guys are actually calling for the backup, but that was right prior to that. And when I went back and listened to that in the video, it actually said Mike twice. And what sounded like it said, step it up. So it was
Oh.
like warning you, because it was right after you both had said, yeah, maybe we should get moving. And I think, I don't know if that was afterwards when Sarah froze and said, no, don't move or something like that. But it did say, Mike, step it up. That's what I thought it had said in the actual live video when I went back.
That's scary. And then the next one says, he said, do, like D-O, like do. You know what that actually sounds like to me? It sounds to me like a heart monitor when I heard that. Thank you so much for that, Scott. God bless you for that. Does it sound like a heart monitor to you? Listen. That, Pam, God bless you. And thank you, Scott, again for that. God bless you guys.
Looks like Sarah's going to be howling at that moon.
Does it sound like a heart monitor to you, or maybe not?
It kind of, yeah. I mean, I guess I I wouldn't necessarily say for sure, considering it was just a little bloop, but
Right. Okay. How about this? Something's coming. He said this one says something's coming. Coming. It's warning the others that we're coming.
or warning you.
I couldn't hear it though. I don't never hear them.
I know, but I mean, regardless of whether you can hear it or not, could it be warning you? Could it be warning the others? You don't know.
And then we have an unknown whistle. Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you just don't know what that is. Now, this one here, I've been kind of excited to get up to this one for y'all to hear it. This one is a grunt. And this grunt is like a different grunt than what I've heard normally. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy this grunt. It was kind of weird sounding, really, guys. Wait till you hear this. I really like that one. Is that not different?
Yeah.
It's not. Does it sound like almost Indian?
Mm,
It kind of reminds me of my grandpa, the way he would like when he would get up out of a chair, like ugh, you know what I mean? Here, we got
mm,
another grunt. We have two of them. He caught it
oh,
twice.
okay.
So compare these.
Okay. Okay, now play the first one again.
Okay.
Almost sounds like one is a little bit further away, but definitely sounds like two different kind of grunts.
You think it's two different beings?
I think, well, I mean, two different grunts at least. Maybe two different beings.
Right. Thank you again, Tim. We appreciate that.
Only
Okay,
6 more to
so
go. I'm excited to hear Sarah howling at the moon.
I am too. I can't wait to see that. And we got a whistle. We have the whistle here.
Yeah, that was a very high pitched whistle.
And then this one here is where he believes they might have been talking to each other in that high frequency. You have a normal pitch, and then he's going to show it to you. There's a lower pitch. That's really high. I mean, that hurt my ears.
I couldn't hear it.
Really?
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, seriously, I couldn't hear it.
You didn't hear that?
No. And it looks like I froze up. That's weird. Yeah, no, I
Okay,
didn't
here.
hear anything.
Here, try again.
Okay.
One last time.
Okay, that almost sounded like it could have been like mechanical. That was very high pitched.
Oh, that was terrible.
It sounded like almost like a mechanical sound behind it too.
That was bad. That hurts my ears so bad, that one.
Mhm.
And here's where he said, you know, it was a conversation.
Hmm.
So what are your thoughts on that one there?
Could these?
Randy said his cat ran off in terror.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a thought. Could these things be speaking through these gateways, and what you're hearing isn't necessarily echolocation, but screaming of souls in the background? I don't know. Just thought.
That's a scary thought. You would hope not. And then you think about if they are using echolocation and you go out there on a low lit moonlight. I mean, you
Drawing
don't
you
have,
in towards them?
well, just being able to see you like a bat, you know, sound waves.
Yeah.
Just think how well they could see you.
Well, I
I
think
mean,
they can see pretty well anyways in the dark, but yeah.
but imagine having echolocation though. Bats fly at night, dodging highline wires, telephone poles, and everything, and catching a bug in mid-flight.
Scary stuff if that's what they're doing.
And then we have this one here.
What was that last part at the very end? Was that you talking? No? Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I hear you
Wow.
now.
Okay. There was that last little part at the end, and I wasn't sure if that was you saying something or if it was a whisper.
No, it was on the video. I can't talk when the videos play. It mutes my mic.
No. In the recording,
Oh
the very
no,
last
he
bit
said
of the recording.
no. He says it wasn't. He said there's talking at the end.
Okay.
And again, Tim, thank you very much for that. uh, so guys, that's all the audio we have. A lot of y'all was emailing me, and I told Jesse we would talk about that just a little bit tonight. A lot of y'all were worried about the trolls being hung where Sarah and I go. It bothered Sarah. She doesn't like that. You know, it's the human aspect of really sick people out there doing really sick things. Um, Scott, and they they're playing a sick game, and it to me it just shows immaturity. They're just sick individuals.
Mm-hmm.
You know that does it make you worried? Yeah. Does it make you more cautious? Yeah. But I don't know that that's a benefit for them, honestly. I mean, when I'm in the woods, I'm very cautious and I'm very protective of my family, my sister when she's out there. And I I just believe that they're playing a stupid game that only has, you know, stupid rewards.
Right.
And, you know, it's like these people are I think they're jealous. I really do. I don't think they want the show to go. Um, I think that they try to disrupt it because if you look at our numbers, whenever they don't disrupt it, we have 10,000 view shows. Uh, Whenever we're disrupted, we have 1,000. We still break 1,000,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that they're upset over that. So I mean, they're just going to have to get over it because we're going to continue to do it. We have a lot of good people helping us to make sure that it continues that are donating their time. So I mean, we really appreciate that. But no, we're not going to stop. We're not going to grab the trolls anymore. I'm just going to leave the trolls down there for them if they want them. I mean, if they want the trolls, they can have the trolls. I'm, you know, if they want to do something stupid with them or whatever, you know, somebody goes fishing, their kids want it, whatever. I'm done with that. It's dumb. It's childish. Uh, Moving on from that, we decided we're going to start watching a movie, guys, and talking about movies on here a little bit, and to see if they have any truth to them. What did they hang? Yeah, they hung troll figures. Is what they done Malibu. Yeah. So the movie we watched was what, Season of the Witch,
Yes.
which I thought was a pretty good movie. I'm a Nicolas Cage fan. Uh, I went through and watched some of it and done a little bit of research according to the Times, and they said in the old days they would take the witches, well, who they thought was a witch anyway, and they would put a noose around their neck and they would throw them off a bridge, and if you sunk, you were a witch, and if you floated, you were not a witch. And their thought process behind this was you
No.
were rejected by baptism if you float.
Oh, was that wasn't the movie? If no, other way around in the movie.
Was it? Because
Yeah.
the
Sunk.
actual text says if is it sunk?
Yeah. If you sunk, you weren't a witch, and if you floated and didn't drown, then you were a witch.
Right, because you were rejected by baptism.
Yes.
So you would float.
And then they would burn you at the stake.
Yeah, then if you survived being thrown off the bridge with a rope around your neck, then you would be burned at the stake.
Yeah.
It said that there was a lot of accidental drownings that happened during that purification test. So you probably weren't going to survive it anyways. I think the movie reflects a lot of the soldiers of the time questioning their faith and the orders of the church at what they were doing. Was they truly fighting a good war, a good fight? I think. Um, so the little girl that was in the carriage, she turned out to be a demon possessed girl.
I was going to say, she wasn't. Yeah, she was possessed. She wasn't the actual demon. She was possessed.
Yeah, she was by a pretty bad demon.
And she wasn't a witch.
No, she wasn't a witch. She was possessed by a demon, which at the end killed two of my favorite actors. Made me mad. And then the monks, they go, and they was already dead by the plague by the time they even got there. But I thought it was pretty scary whenever the demon possessed their bodies. That was pretty crazy.
Scott's still stuck on Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, there ain't nothing as good as Bone Tomahawk. That's like the best movie ever.
It's a good love story.
You know what? I think we need to watch Bone Tomahawk. That will be the movie for next week, I think. So everybody in chat, if you have not watched Bone Tomahawk, I believe it's on Tubi.
Yes.
It should be on Tubi. Is it still on there?
It's still on Tubi.
Next Sunday, guys, after we do the breakdown, we will talk about Bone Tomahawk and how that would have been. But, you know, that girl, I wondered on her trip to the monastery, why did she not just melt the bars before they got there?
Well, they explained that in the movie.
Okay, I missed that part.
She didn't melt the bars because the whole time she had been wanting to go to the monastery. That was the whole plan. Why she was fighting them in the beginning, and she stopped fighting them and went into the cell when he said that she had to be brought to the monastery. So that was the whole reasoning why she saved their lives on the bridge and why she killed the other two individuals, because they wanted to kill her outright on the travels. The demon's whole goal was to get to the monastery for the Book of Solomon.
She did burn some of the pages when they got there, right?
She wanted to destroy all of the copies and all of the books, yes. So, yeah, spoiler alert for anybody who has not seen this movie. I guess it's a little late.
I mean, it was. I was reading what she had wrote. That was pretty interesting. It was pretty. I thought it was a good movie, but Psychic asked me to let people know the next movie. The next movie is Bone Tomahawk, guys. Next Sunday, Bone Tomahawk. Scott be happy over that one.
Is that Father Martin from? Is that the Exorcist Files? Malibu Sky. I'm wondering if that's the same Father Martin that I have been telling you to check out, Mike.
Huh. I'll have to check that out. Margie, thank you so very much for that. God bless you. I don't watch a lot of that kind of stuff.
I know, but I sent you a link to one in particular that I wanted you to watch.
I need to pay more attention to it. I was too busy watching. I was too busy watching Bone Tomahawk.
You tell me to watch all these movies. You can't even watch a simple YouTube clip that I send you.
Bone Tomahawk is really good. I like it.
Okay. Looks like we only need two more. I see that. You have to prove it, Sam.
Poor Sarah. Poor Sarah.
Better work on your vocals, Sarah.
But you know, um, imagine taking a girl with you across into the darkness, and she's doing all these weird things. And back then, they had a sense of, damn, there is witches. So, but I think Nicolas Cage's character, I think he struggled with even believing she was a witch.
Yeah, he did. Definitely.
I don't I don't think he thought that she was a witch. Do you? And Tim, thank you for that again. We appreciate that very much.
I think he struggled with it up until the first individual was killed.
And the other guy, I can never remember his name. I just know him as Hellraiser or Hellboy. What do you think his thought
Ron
was?
Perlman?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I think? What?
What was his thought? Do you think he believed that she was?
I think he believed she was from the very get-go, but he was following Nicolas Cage's character because of their bond that they had through the Crusades.
Right. Uh-oh,
And he
Tim
knew
pushed
that
her
his...
over the edge, I think.
Woohoo! You made it. All right.
Nope, not yet. Not yet. She ain't made it. I thought it
No.
was. I wasn't paying
No,
attention.
15 out of 15. Yep. Goal has been
Oh,
reached.
is it?
Thank you,
Sorry,
too.
Sarah. Sarah's going to hate me. She's probably over there screaming right now.
Thank you so much for helping Mike make alive. We really appreciate it. Well, at least she's being a good sport about it.
Yeah. She's trying to be anyways. She'll probably beat me up later after the show. So do you think he was buying the story?
Ron's character?
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I think he struggled a little bit, but at the same time, I mean, he was trying to protect Nicolas Cage's character at the same time. Because, I mean, he stepped in after the priest was pushed out of the way when he was going to try and kill her and said, look, we're here. Just, we're already there at the gates. Let's get there. So I think he did believe that there was something demonic or witchy about her. But he said he saw a priest through a window. I don't know what her other comment or Malibu's other comment was.
I seen a movie, not to switch, but where a guy was doing one, and there was a preacher that was thrown out of a window and hung by a lamp cord, and they said it was based on a true story.
Oh yeah, wasn't that in Hannibal when he was recounting the? Oh no, that was the criminal that was hung and then he was gutted.
Right. I think so. It might have been. But I know I saw it, and it was really good. Where's it? I missed it. Somebody said, there it is. I watched Bone Tomahawk, and it was wild. It is wild. We're going to talk about it next week, too.
See, Margie, that's a love story. Don't you agree?
So, we're at the point of the show, guys. I don't think there's much really to discuss about that movie. It was pretty much to the point, except for the wolves. What did you think about the wolves? You notice how she was able to control the wolves?
I found that exceptionally interesting because, according to some of the other podcasters that I have listened to, in particular, not Malachi Martin, Father Carlos Martin, he has stated that demons are able to manipulate what we see. And I thought it was interesting in the movie how they manipulated or digitally created the effects on these wolves. to almost look like what people in particular have described as the dogman creatures, the way they morphed their faces and changed them. I found that interesting. The correlation between the demon changing them around and the imagery around and what people have stated as seeing these creatures look like. That, in my mind, the face, anyways.
Right. Huh. I mean, I thought it was a good movie. It was it ended too fast for me. It didn't go as deep as I would have liked it to go, but I mean, it was good. It was for me. It was okay. I liked it. I out of 1 to 10, I'll rate it. I would give that movie a 7.
So, what was your take on the manipulation of the wolves?
I believe it's very possible because animals, I believe, are easily possessed by demons, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I think that animals are easily possessed by demons.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, they went into the swine pretty easy, so. And I had a dog walk around my front room that acted kind of crazy. That I would have gave it to Clough if he would have been around, but he wasn't. But I did have a dog go crazy. Where is Clough? Did he make it in here tonight, Mr. Clough?
I don't
Or
think
is he going to watch it?
He'll probably watch it later.
He's going to be rewatching it.
Yeah, most likely. I'll send him the link just to make sure he rewatches it.
You make sure Clough sees this. Tell him I said.
I'll tell him you were talking smack.
Yeah, tell him I said to watch it. On delay, Clough. Watch it. But does anybody have anything that they would like to share tonight? Make a comment on, come on the show, talk about an encounter. If you do, I'll put the link in the chat, guys. You can hop right on. Just put in big capital letters. The moderators will watch for you. You know, just, yes, I would like to come on something, and we will get you the link. You can come on, make a comment. You can give your opinion, whatever you'd like to come on and say. If you got a short story, an encounter, it's long, whatever, come on and tell us. We'd love to hear it. That's right, Randy. We would love to hear it. Does anybody have anything that they would like to come on? Going once, going twice, and we will throw the link in there if anybody would like to come on tonight, share a story, an encounter, or even just an opinion. If you would like to come on, we've messed up on something you don't agree with or whatever, we would love to hear your take on it.
Yes, definitely.
Like I said, we have an open door policy here. You will be respected. That's one of the main things. This is a safe place for anybody that wants to talk or share your stories. We want to thank Tim Rustler tonight. We want to thank all the people that donated, Scott B., Margie, everybody that donated to help Sarah howl at the moon. Pam, thank you very much for your donation. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, so if I missed anybody, I apologize. Nope, no Clough tonight, Scott. He walked out on us. I don't know about that guy. Probably driving that box truck somewhere is all I can figure. But we'll run him down. All right, guys. Since nobody's got anything they want to come on, talk about, or anything, don't forget the 13th. We're going to be live with Harley from Bigfoot Reports and Data, I believe is the name of his page. We're going to have Scott B live with us that night, guys. We are going to be live. We're going to pick the brain of Harley. So Harley better be ready. I heard he got a new cast, so we're going to be talking to him about his cast he got and the area that he's in and everything. I'm interested to talk to him to see what he's found out in his boots on the ground. Y'all know I always get excited when we can go on and talk about boots on the ground to fellow investigators, because if people ain't out there finding it, then you can't put it in books to talk about.
Right.
So, Jesse, I'm going to give you the last words tonight. This is your last words, like your last meal. So make it good.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. God bless. Make sure you come back. Support each other in everything that, in the abnormal world. Keep an open mind and keep on truthing.
All right, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you showing up tonight. without you guys, the show wouldn't happen. The boots on the ground wouldn't happen. Without y'all watching our video drops that we do daily, it wouldn't happen. So we appreciate all your views, all your likes. There was a person out there that said that the witches are going to run everybody away. But guys, I just want to tell you our numbers are up high right now. I approved over 100 new subscribers just today. We're on the rise. People know we're on the rise. Our competitor even mentioned it on his show live that he has took notice. So guys, we're going up. We're rising. This channel's really doing things that other channels aren't doing. We're catching things that nobody else is catching.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We're not losing our stuff either. So that is a good thing because you got to have your equipment if you're going to go into the field. You can't, I mean, just like Nicolas Cage, you can't knight somebody if you lost your sword.
Right.
Guys, as always, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. We'll see you on the next one, and light it up with those hearts for Little Hunter Man. And we will see y'all on the next one. Good night and God bless.
Good night, everybody.